Okay, I just finished the row, and the one I just did was this one where I come up, and the last square I did was this one next to the 37 on the chart. So I'm going to go up, turn the corner, and come back down the other direction. And like I said, we're still building on this side, so in order to do that I need to do a chain 6 and 3 double crochets down the chain to make that square. But let's do a tail check. Pause the camera, or not pause the camera, this is my camera, this is the camera for me, but not for you. Pause the video and weave in your ends, and then press play, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth chain from the hook. Go ahead and do our double crochet, and then double crochet 2 more times. As you see, I have my bobbins already clipped to my work because I knew I was getting ready to turn it over. Okay, so go ahead and clip that one, hang on to that one, and flip my work over. Okay, now let's undo the bobbins. Okay. Okay, this is the one we're going to join, and then we're going to go up this way. So let me turn my work that way. Okay. So we look on here, and we have to do, get on the hard surface here. We have to do that one, which is 1 yellow one, and then 2 red ones, because we just had to add in this red one on the last round to start our F. Okay, so we need to do 2 red ones, and then 1 yellow one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 red ones, and then 2 yellow ones. Okay, so 1 yellow, which we already did it because that's the one we created and when we turned, right? So I would have to do slip stitch, but since the next one needs to be a red one, I'm going to get my red yarn and not connect it, but do the next square in the red. So I need to do 2 reds, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then another red one, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're done with that one. Now we need to do 1 yellow one. So pick the yellow one up. One, 2, 3. Okay, we're done with the yellow one. Let me look at our chart right quick. We did 1 yellow one, and then we did 2 red ones, and now we did this yellow one, so now we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 red ones. Okay. Okay. So we're doing 4 red ones right here. 1, 2, 3. This is our second red one. And the third red one. Oop, yeah. 3. So 1, 2, 3. And see, this one was already there, but we're continuing on with this one. So this one, this red, I'm gonna clip off. Just leave a tail to weave in. Continuing on with this red. So 1, 2, 3, one more, because we needed 4 red ones. Whoops. One more. Okay. slip stitch to connect, but we need to connect with the yellow. So on our chart, we just did these 4 red ones right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now we need to do these 2 yellow ones. Let's do that and we'll get to the end of this row. And then one more. And join. Okay, so we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we did these 2 yellow ones right here. So now we're going to turn the corner and now go up and go up this way. Okay, so keep doing that. So you're going to go up and go down, go up and go down, and then I will meet you up when you finish the square here that's next to where it says the 24 on the chart. See that? I will meet you up there. Okay, so I just finished this row and we ended up, the last square I did was the square here that is next to the 24 on the chart. Also, I did a tail check, so if you want to pause the video and weave in your tails, I had some down here I had to weave in, go ahead and do that and then press play and then we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to turn the corner and we're going to go back up this chart right here. So in order to turn the corner, we're on this end. Move my chart out of the way a little. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work over. Okay, and go ahead and I've only got 3 bobbins right now, so it's not that difficult to place them where they need to be. Okay. Okay. So I chained 1. I turned my work, and now I'm going to slip stitch up the side in these up the side of this one block. So that's 1 slip stitch, 2 second slip stitch in the second double crochet, and then you have another slip stitch into the third double crochet, and then a slip stitch into the chain 3. Okay, so now we're going to chain up 3 and we're going to start going up our side here. Okay, and on our chart we're going to do a lot of yellow a lot of yellow ones here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 5 yellow ones, and then we're going to have to add in a red. Okay, so 3 double crochets, and that will complete this first block. Oops, do that one again. Okay, and now we need 4 more blocks, continuing on the same corner to corner fashion. Here's the third one. Okay, connect this one, slip stitch, and then make the 4th one. Okay, I can insert my hook as if to connect it, but I need to now bring back one of my red bobbins and join it here and make 1 square. It would be this square here on the graph. So let's mark what we did. We went up the corner here, we turned the corner, and we went up, and we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow ones. 1, 2, uh-oh, wait a minute, let me check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow ones. Sorry, I forgot one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4, so I need to do 1 more. Okay, now we're going to add the red one in. Okay, and let's see. Oh, okay, so I don't need to add a red one at the moment because this is already there. Sorry. Okay. So slip stitch, and then we're going to pick up this red that was already there waiting for us. And then so chain 3 and 3 double crochets to make our square. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then as you see in our chart, we did the one red one there. Now we need to do one yellow one. So here we need to actually add in a yellow. So I've got one bobbin over here of yellow that's not connected yet. So we join with a slip stitch, bringing in the yellow from the back. Snug up the red and then continue with the yellow. So chain 3, working over that straggler in the back. And we just need one yellow according to our chart. So if you look at our chart, we did one yellow, and now we have to do 2 red ones, and here's where we have to bring in our other red. So join with a slip stitch, tighten up your yellow there, and then chain 3 and 3 double crochets to make your square, and you can work over your straggler in the back from this red that you just attached. Okay, slip stitch to join it to that block, and then we need one more red one. So chain 3 and 3 double crochets. Okay, now we need one yellow one. So this yellow is already here. I just want to put the yarn in between those 2 blocks, right there in between at the back. Bring our hook in front of that yellow yarn and join it into that chain 3 loop just like always, but bringing in the yellow. And chain 3, 1, 2, 3, there you go, and 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now let's look at our chart here. We did 5 yellows, we did 1 red, 1 yellow, and then we brought in the red again and did 2 reds, and we did the remaining yellow. Okay, now as you see, we are now in the corner of this graph, so that means from now on we are not going to do the create the block on the side, on the edge where you chain up 6 and then you double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and then in the next 2 chains to make a square that way, because we're not building our height anymore. So from now on, each side is going to be do the same thing, where you just chain 1, turn your work, slip stitch up that edge to get to that chain 3 space, and then you start your block like that. So we're going to be doing both sides the way that we have been doing this side. Okay, so from now to the end, all we are going to be doing is decreasing. Okay, so we came up from this corner. This is the last one we did, so we're going to come up and then we're going to turn the corner, and then to show you that we're now going to be going down this direction and for the next row. So the first one we're going to do is yellow. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to chain 6 and put a square there because we don't want it to get any higher. So we're just going to chain 1, okay, and then we're going to turn our work. Okay, since I have so many bobbins, I'm going to go ahead, and you don't have to clip all of them to your work if you don't want to do it. Like I said, however works for you, that's the best way to do it. But I have a good enough area here so I can clip them all. Okay, oops. I'll just hold this one. Okay, so now we're going to turn the work over, unclip them to get them in the right spot. Oh, they got twisted anyway, didn't they? Oh well, that's okay. Okay, so let's see what we did. This one goes over here. There, okay? So we chained our work. We chained our work. We chained, didn't we? Let's see. Let me go back to where I was. Okay. Okay, so that's where I was. Okay, so I chained 1. I forgot to chain 1. Did I? Oh yes, I did. I'm sorry. Chain 1. Okay, and then we turn the work. Okay, so now we need to work up. We need to work across this edge right there because we don't want it to go any taller. Okay, so we're just going to slip stitch across the edge in all these, on the top of all these stitches here. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now I need to, actually I need to turn my graph this way because we're still going up like we're going up the stair steps, right? So, oops. Okay. So I need to chain, do 3 double crochets in here, and that's going to make my yellow square. Okay, and then we need to connect to this next square. Remember, this needs to go in the back because we're going to bring up this loop with a slip stitch from the back to the front. The hook goes in front of the yarn. Put it in the hole and slip stitch. We need to pick up our red because we only had 1 yellow that we needed to do here on the chart right there. So we did this one. Now we need to do 2 reds. Okay, there's the first one. Oh, getting a little tangle here. Let me move that bobbin out of the way. So we need a slip stitch and then do our second red square. Okay, so we're done with the red square. And if we look at our chart, we need to do 1 yellow because we did these 2 reds right here. 1, 2. We need to do 1 yellow and then 1 red and then continue with yellow. So I'm going to do this 1 yellow one. Make sure my yarn is in the back. Put the hook in front of it. Insert my hook and then pull this up with a slip stitch. Then make our 1 yellow square. Okay, now we're going to take our red, we're going to pick that one up and for just 1 square with a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets. Okay, and now we're going to pick up our yellow because we only needed the 1 red, 1 yellow and then 1 red. We did that. And now from there all the way to the edge, we're just going to do yellows. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows. Okay. So slip stitch and bring in our yellow. Tighten up our red in the back. And then we're going to do 4 yellow squares. And that'll get us all the way to the edge. 1, 2, 3. And then slip stitch to that and make our next one. And then slip stitch to that one, make our third one. Slip stitch to the next block, and this is our 4th one. Okay, and then slip stitch to the top edge. Okay, so looking at our chart, we did 1 yellow, 2 reds, 1 yellow, and then 1 red, and then now we just did these 4 yellow ones, and that gets us all the way back to the edge. We're going to turn the corner, and then now we're going to go up the chart diagonally. Okay, now and remember when we turn the corner, we're going to chain 1 right here. And then we're going to turn it over, or you can actually just, if you want to do this part like this, you can just put, fold over this side and go ahead and slip stitch up that edge. The 3 times plus into the chain 3, okay, and go chain up 3. And then see, now you're ready to go up the other side. So you can go ahead and turn your work. Okay, so now you're ready to go up that way, okay? But if you looked on your chart, you see that we finished this red one. There's no more reds there. So this red, which is the one that's coming off this F at the bottom, is this this red bobbin right here. So I'm going to cut that one off. Leave a tail so I can weave in the ends. Okay, and then now if I look at my work here, we're starting here and we're going to go up this way, and you see that this is going to go all the way up, including that yellow that was in the middle there. It's going to go all the way up to the next red one. So actually this little yellow bobbin that I put in, this one that I did was doing this stuff, these 2 yellow squares there, I can cut that one off and move that bobbin out of the way. Just leave a tail for weaving in, because this bobbin is going to work up all the way up this edge until we're going to pick up, let me get them in the right order, until we pick up this red one here. See that? Okay, so now we only have 3 bobbins that we're working on. Okay, and it looks like, yes, that we'll only have 3 bobbins from now on until you finish the red, and then you can cut that one off, and then you will connect it together with just one of the yellows. You'll be working all the way to the end, and each row is 1 less square, and you're continuing working the serpentine fashion back and forth, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and let you finish up this square, and I will meet you up at the end. And make sure that when you get to the end, you do your final tail check and that you weave in your tails. And so I will meet you at the end when we get finished. Okay. Okay, so I'm finished with my graph. I weaved in my ends on both sides. And so here is my finished product. It is so long that it won't fit in the camera screen, so I will pull it out like that. Okay? Okay, so this is the 3rd part of our fall graph along, and that's all the corner to corner stitching that we will be doing in this project. So the next video that I release will be the assembling of our 3 pieces together, and then making the option or whatever to make the wall hanging. So stay tuned to our next and final installment, which will be the assembling of this project. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this project, working along with me as I do this graph, all 3 of these graph projects. So we'll talk to you later. See you in the next video. Bye.